Hello everyone. I welcome you all in this UPSC CSAT complete lecture series. Today is Sunday, so today is revision day. So what we are going to revise today? Obviously, previous lectures, that topic is time and work. Okay. So before moving forward, I think in the last lecture I have given you one homework. One question is in homework, that is from PYQ. So let's do that first. Okay. Then we will start the revision part. Okay. Fine. So this was a question from UPSC 2021, and question was: a man completes 7 by 8 part of a job in 21 days. How many more days will it take him to finish the job if the quantum of work is increased by 50%? So I have given you the hint, like earlier the job is like this much job was there, now it is increased by 50%. This is the 50% increment, but he has completed 7 by 8 part. Okay, this part is left and this is further increment. Okay, so he have to complete the complete work. Okay, this much work. So you should understand, like we have to solve like 7 by 8 part, that is completed in 21 days. Okay, so complete work will be done in how many days? So you have to write like one part means complete portion will be completed in 21 by 7 by 8. We have to divide this one. Okay, so it will be 21 by 8, multiplied by 8 by 7. So this will be cancelled out. This is 3, this is 1, so it will be 24. So we will get 24 days. Is it clear? So see, we have started from the only given hint, that is 7 by 8 of work in 21 days. Okay, later on this is the second condition, like it is increased by 50%, that's all. Okay, so first understand this one. Okay, so work will be completed in 24 days, but that person have completed 21 days, and in 21 days he has completed 7 by 8 part. That means obviously 1 by 8 part is left. Okay, so that's why I have given this one, like this part is completed in 21 days and this will be completed in 3 days, and rest, that means total, if there is a total work, that will take 24 days. And for half work, that means for this part it will take how many days? 12 days. So now see, this is 3 days, this is 12 days. So total will be how many days? 3 plus 12, that is 15 days. So right now that person is in this spot. Okay, he have to reach this spot. So he have to take more 15 days to complete this spot. Reach this spot, right? So this is your solution. If there is any confusion, you can ask. And I think yes, there should not be any confusion. Still, if you have any confusion, you can ask. So let's begin the revision part. Okay. So you all know that how we do revision for the CSAT program. So first of all, we will start a theory part. We will revise the theory part. Then we will do some PYQs, and we will understand that how to approach the PYQs, the actual approach. Okay. So let's do that one. So this chapter, that is time and work, is actually related to proportion. Okay. See, it is better to watch that video, that session. This is only revision session, so maybe it will be little fast for you. Okay, so maybe it is not that much basic. So I would suggest that better you should watch that videos. This is just for revision. Okay, that's fine. So this time and work topic is based on proportion, that is direct proportion or indirect proportion, both thing. Okay, how it is related to those both things. So we have understood one formula, like mdh divided by what? Divided by w multiplied by r. Okay, right? This should be constant. Constant means what? Like m1 d1 h1 by w1 r1, that is equal to m2 d2 h2 divided by w2 r2. So we have to understand like what is direct proportion and what is indirect proportion. Okay, so when we are saying like a is directly proportional to b, that means when a is increased b will be increased, when a is decreased b will decrease. Okay, that's the thing. So it will be a is equal to kb, where k is any constant. So we can write a by b is equal to k. So when you see two numbers, two variables, not numbers, two variables are there, they are in division form, so both variables are in direct proportion. So here you can see like this m and w, this m and this r, this d and this w, whatever is in numerator and whatever is in denominator, these are in direct proportion. Okay. Okay, one more thing. This M is man, D for day, H for hour, W for part of work, and R for rupee. That means their salary. Okay. So when number of man is increased, you can increase the work, right? You can do more work, more man, more work. Okay, and when work is increased, their total cost will be increased, right? It is direct relation. Okay, now look at that indirect relation. Like if I say x is inversely proportional to y, that means x is equal to k by y, that is xy is equal to k. This means when two variables are in product form, then that number, that variable should be in indirect proportion. So here these numerators are in indirect proportion. Take two at a time, like md or dh, mh, whatever it can be. Like if number of man is increased, time will be decreased, obviously. So day will be decreased. If number of man is increased, okay, I have told you day will be decreased. Number of man is decreased, day will be increased. If a number of man is increased, hour will be decreased. Right? Got it? So this type of indirect proportion. Okay, so learn this one. How to relate this one. Okay, this is a very important formula for time and work. Right? Then next thing we have to understand that efficiency thing. That what is efficiency? Like if I say like one person is there, one person is completing that work in n days. Okay, that one man, I mean one work is done in n days. So I can say like in one day, how many work is done? Okay, think a little. Like in n days, that one complete work is done. So in one day, how many work is done? That should be 1 by n. How to understand this one? So let's think like a unitary method, like 1 by n plus 1 by n plus 1 by n plus 1 by n. How many days are there? N days. So we will write this till n number times, n times. Okay, so you can say like 1 by n multiplied by n. Simple. If there is n number of 1 by n, you can multiply by 1 by n to n. Okay, so this n will be cancelled out, you will get 1. That means for complete work you will take how many days? N days. So and in one day how many work is done? So 1 by 1 by n work is done. So this is the efficiency in fraction form. So if I say like a man A, he is completing a work in 8 days, and man B is completing in 5 days. Okay, so he is doing in one day how many part of work is doing? It is doing 1 by 8 part of work is completed in one day, and for B it would be for one day it is 1 by 5 part. Okay, is it clear? So you can write like this in fraction form. But if anybody asks like in percentage form, so what can be done? So just multiply by 100. whatever is there, just multiply by 100. So it will be like how much? 25 by 2. To 25 by 2 percentage is done in 1 day. Okay, so you have to reach like in 1 day it is 25 by 2 percentage. You have to reach 100 percentage. How to reach 100 percentage? You have to multiply by how much? 8, right? When you multiply by 8 it will be 100. So we have to multiply by 8, so it will be take 8 days. You got the 8 days, right? Same thing for this one, it will be multiplied by 100, it is 20 percentage. So it's your wish. If you want to solve in terms of percentage, it is like this. If you want to solve it in fraction form, so you have to solve like this. Is it clear? Okay, one more thing, you have to understand like which type of question they will ask. They will ask like, I mean, about work, okay, about efficiency, about wages, okay, then about pipe and substance. Okay, so this type of question they will ask, but maybe sometimes they will ask direct question. I think in 2015 they asked direct question, or they will ask little bit of logical question, like whatever I have solved in the initial season, that 2021 question, that is very logical question. So you have to understand the language of that question, then you can, then only you can solve that question, otherwise it will be very difficult. Okay, so I think I mean in last 1 or 2 years, if you see the questions, if there is any question from work and time and work, so it will be more logical. Okay, it is not direct question, it is more logical, so you have to be like that. Okay, so let's do some more topic. Yes, about that negative work. Negative work is basically in pipe and substance. Okay, why it is negative work? Like there is a tank and there is a pipe which is used to fill that tank, and there is a leakage or there is another pipe which is used to empty that tank. Okay, so when this pipe is working, so it is doing negative work. Why? Because it is used to empty that tank. Okay, when you are doing some work, when you're doing, I mean, when you are filling that tank, that is considered as positive, and when you are emptying that tank, that is considered as negative. Okay, when you are building some wall or anything, you are doing some work, positive, I mean constructive work, okay, that is positive. When you are destructing that work, that is negative. Got it? So you have to follow the same method of that efficiency. Like if I say pipe A is filling, I mean used to fill that complete tank in 10 minutes. Okay, pipe B is taking like 12 minutes to fill that tank. Okay, so in 1 minute, how many part it will fill? In 1 minute it will fill 1 by 10 part. You can write in percentage also, 1 by 10 multiplied by 100, that means 10 percentage. So I think sometimes percentage is easy, it's your convenient, completely your convenient, so you choose yourself what you want. So for this one, for 1 minute we will complete that 1 by 12 part. Okay, so when both tabs are open together, so how many parts are filled in 1 minute? It will be 1 by 10 plus 1 by 12. So take the LCM, like it's 60, it is 5, sorry, 6 plus 5, it is 11 by 60. So 11 by 60 part is filled in how many minutes? 1 minute, not 2 minutes. They are opened simultaneously. Okay, so you have to understand that the question, sometimes it is given like one by one they are open, like first time A is open, then it is closed, then B is open, then B is closed, then A is open. like this. So you have to understand that what is the question. Okay, like in previous question, I think in the previous session I have solved one question. In that question it is given like ABC is working. A is working on Monday, B is working on Tuesday, C is working on Wednesday, then again A is working on Thursday, then B Friday, Saturday, like this one. Okay, so you have to understand like what the question. Okay, you have to understand the language of that question. If you are not getting that one, then you have to work first on that thing, then you will work that about the concept. First work on that language of question. Okay, next thing was the formula. That is, I have told you mdh by wr, that is constant. And what is MDH and WR? M means man, D for day, H for hour, W for I mean not woman, W for work, I mean part of work, and R for rupee. Okay, for them it is wages, so it should be constant. So you can write M1 D1 H1 by W1 R1 is equal to M2 D2 H2 by W2 R2. Whatever is given, just consider that one. If M and D is given, so you can write M1 D1 is equal to M2 D2. Okay, if M, D and H all three are given, so you can consider all three. If four thing is given, if five thing is given, so you can consider based on that one. Okay, next thing is relation between efficiencies. Okay, so how to solve that one? If it is given like there is a task, okay, there is a task or there is a work, so it is given like two men is completing that task in how many days? Let's say in 5 days. Okay, and there are three boys, they complete that work in 4 days. So we have to compare the efficiency of men and boy. So how to do that? So we have to just find the men and day, the product of men and day. So we can say like it will be 2 multiplied by 5, that is 10. Okay, so this means like 10 men can do that work in 1 day. Okay, if there are 10 men, there is 5 men, sorry 2 men, they are taking 5 days. But when you multiply both numbers, so whatever you get, that number of men can do that work in 1 day. Okay, that complete work in 1 day. Similarly, if you see that one, if you multiply this one, it will be 12 boys will, yes, do in 1 day. Okay, sorry, what I have written here. Okay, right. So 10 men can do that work in 1 day and 12 boys can do that work in 1 day. That means if there are 10 men, I mean you can compare that work can be done in I mean in 1 day 10 men are required. For boys it will be 12 boys are required. So you can equate like 10 men is equal to efficiency of 10 men, that is equal to 12 men, 12 boys. Okay, so you can cancel this out, this is 5, this is 6, so 5 men, that is equal to 6 boys. Okay, or men by boy is equal to 6 by 5, whatever you can write. So this is the efficiency relation, sometimes for men, sometimes for women, sometimes for boy, sometimes for girl, it is asking. So you have to understand this one. Okay, so I think this much theory is enough for you. You have to understand this much of theory. Now you have to understand the numericals. You have to understand that the approach, how to approach those questions. Okay, till now if there is any doubt you can ask. Fine, so let's move on. See, the question is from UPSC 2024. That means very latest question is this one. So question is given like a certain number of men can complete a piece of work in 6 days, 6k days. Okay, so those certain numbers person is completing that work in 6k days. Now k is natural number. You know what is natural number, right? By what percentage should the number of men be increased if we have to increase the number of men? I mean, what is the condition given? Like we have to complete that work in 5k days. So we have to, when number of days it decrease, see there is 6k days, okay, and here is 5k days, that is number of days decrease. So obviously we have to increase the number of men. So it is asking that what is the number of, I mean, percentage increase of that number, that men's number. So we have to find that one. Okay, so what is given here? We have to see number of men. Certain number of men is given. It is not given, we can consider that one. Okay, so man is there, day is there, second condition is there, like day is there. We have to find the man. Okay, if we find this man, you can find the change in men. Okay, and from that thing we can consider, we can find the change in percentage, increase in percentage. Is it clear? Okay, so one thing you have to understand, like in the earlier, I mean, just right now we have discussed, like if it is given like man and day, when we multiply that one, we will get the number of work. Okay, then whenever there is the m and d, or we can say like md is equal to md, like m1 d1 is equal to m2 d2, right? So if we consider this m is equal to x, okay, and this is 6k, and this is, just let's say m2, and this is 5k. Now we have to find what is the value of m2. Okay, so m2 is equal to x, this k will be cancelled out, so x 6 by 5, that means you can write 6 by 5x. Okay, this is your m2, right? So if you want to write it into like, I mean, mixed form, so you can write like 1 whole 1 by 5x. Is it clear? Okay, or simply you can write like x plus x by 5. I want to write I mean, this is my method to write this thing, 6 by 5x, x plus x by 5. Okay, so you can convert this one. Is it clear? So that means this is the original time, this is the increased time, sorry, increased number of men. Okay, this is the increased number of men to make it, to complete that work in 5k work. So this is the increase, so we have to find the percentage increase. So percentage increase means increased number of men divided by original number of men multiplied by 100. So it will be x by 5, and here is x multiplied by 100, so this will be 20, that means 20%. Is it clear? So how we have initiated this question? We have just finding the clue what is given here, like number of men is not given, but it is given like certain number of men. Certain means we can consider that number of men. Okay, that is our hint. So certain number of men is given, day is given, we have to find the increase of that number of men. So that means we have to work on that one. Okay, and then the number of days given, it's okay, it is in variable form, that's fine, but k is not variable, k is constant here. Okay, so don't get confused. So actually it is more logical, rather than we can say like it's very easy, it's more logical. Okay, so what we have applied here is simple method like m1 d1, that is equal to m2 d2. Okay, and based on that we have calculated this one. But if you don't know about percentage, if you don't know about fraction, how to convert this one to, I mean, this fraction to this one, or this fraction to this part, okay, if you don't know this one, so I think it will be little difficult. That's why I have completed the number system. if we have not completed that number system, I have completed that number system in the very very first time. Initially I have completed the number system, then only I have started other topics. So I would suggest start from those topics. Okay, whatever sequence I am following, that's very important. Okay, so just follow that sequence. So what we have to follow here, till now, till this point we can solve, it's very easy. But from this one we have to understand that it's based on percentage, so we have to understand what is the change in percentage. We, if whenever we have to find the change in the value, increase or decrease percentage, we have to follow this method. Okay, so understand this concept, right? So let's move to the another question from 2024 itself. So look at this question. It's very easy as well as very much logical. Okay, so I'm reading that question like X, Y, Z can complete a piece of work individually in 6 hours, 8 hours, and 8 hours respectively. However, only one person at a time can work in each hour, and nobody can work for 2 consecutive hours. Okay, like if it is given like X and X, so they are not working consecutive hour. Okay, and everyone are engaged to finish that work. So we have to find that what is the minimum amount of time they will take to complete to finish that work. We have to find the minimum time. Okay, so you understood that one. I mean X, Y, Z, everyone is engaged in this work. Everyone is working, but they are not working consecutively in consecutive work. I mean hour. Okay, so we have to find that one, right? So first of all we have to find that X is completing that work in 6 hours, Y is completing taking 8 hours, Z is taking 8 hours. So we can find the efficiency of X, Y, Z. Okay, so it will be 1 by 6. It will work 1 by 6 part, it completed in 1 hour. Okay, in 1 hour it will complete 1 by 8 part. It will complete 1 by 8 part in 1 hour. So if you compare, if you look at this portion, so if you then you will understand that this part is more. That means efficiency of X is more based on, I mean compared to YZ, and YZ efficiency, both efficiencies are the same. Okay, 1 by 8 and 1 by 8, that is the thing. Okay, now our hint is given, our point is given like only one person at a time and no consecutive hour. Okay, so we have to take minimum time. That means we have to engage that maximum efficiency persons every time, maximum time. Got it? So what we will do here is we will write, we will start from X because X is taking minimum time doing maximum works 1 by 6 part. Then we can employ any person Y or Z because both efficiencies are same. Okay, so we can write Y, no problem. So we can say 1 by 8 part is completed. Okay, now anybody can write Z, but I am not writing Z. Why? Think. Because we have to take minimum time. Okay, so that's why I have to employ X in the maximum hour. So next hour I will employ X for 1 by 6 part. But for the next time I want to employ Y, I will employ Z. Okay, it will be 1 by 8. Again it will be X, it will be 1 by 6. For this there will be Y, it will be 1 by 8. Okay, you can take Y, Z, no issue. You can write Z or Y, Y or Z, here Z or Y, but we have to take both. I mean you can't ignore any one person. You have to take, sometimes you have to take Y, sometimes you have to take Z. Okay, and every consecutive time, every alternate time you have to take X. That's compulsory. Now you can add this thing. If you add this thing, what is the value? it will be like, okay, 3 times is 1 by 6, it will be 1 by 6 multiplied by 3, and 1 by 8 is 3 times, so it will be 1 by 8 multiplied by 3, it is 3 by 6 plus 3 by 8. Now the LCM is for 6 and 8 is 24, so here is, okay, 6 4 3 12 plus 3 9, I mean 3 3 9, it will be 21 by 24. So now we have to, I mean only 3 by 24 part is remaining, that is 1 by 8 part is remaining. Okay, now anybody will think like, okay, till now it is y or z, that is fine. So now we can say, if here is y, we can say z, it will be 1 by 8, so it is completed, that work will be completed by z. Okay, but no, this is wrong. Here if you count, it will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 7 is the option, is in option, so 7 you can, I mean take out the 7 hour, like, but 7 hour is wrong answer. So we have to find the minimum hour, minimum time, so we have to take what, we have to take x, not z, we have to take x. So for x it will be 1 by 6, so it is doing 1 by 6 part in 1 hour. So how many time it will take, how much time it will take to complete 1 by 8 part? Okay, so we will write for 1 by 8, it will be 1 by 8 multiplied by what, 6 by 1. Okay, so this much time it will be take, 3 by 4 hour it will be take. Okay, so we can convert that 3 by 4 hour to minute, it will be 3 by 4 multiplied by 60, so it is 15, that is 45 minutes. So it will take 45 minutes, further 45 minutes. So you can count 1 2 3 4 5 6 hour and 45 minutes. Now tell me, is it easy or difficult? I think rather than saying easy or difficult, it's more logical. It's from 2024. So from, I think, 2024, 2023, 2022, it's shifting towards logical. Okay, it's very basic. If you start from this, if you start from this point, it's very basic. But when you go further, it's very logical. You will find it's more logical. Okay. Okay, till now we have understood how to approach the questions. Okay, I think many PYQs I have solved. If there is any doubt, you can ask from that one. There is no issues. But now we are doing some practice questions. Okay, so question was given like P and Q can do a work in 10 days and 15 days respectively. Okay, and after 4 days P left. It happens always, after 4 days P left, then the remaining work is done by Q alone. Then we have to find the total number of days required to complete the work. Okay, you understood that question, right? So we have to solve like P is taking 10 days and Q is taking how many days, 15 days. Okay, so it will be like, in 1 day how many part is done by P? It will be 1 by 10 part. For Q it will be, for 1 day, in 1 day it will be 1 by 15. So they have worked together for 4 days. That's right. So we have to understand like in 4 days how many parts is completed. So first of all we have to understand like in 1 day how many part is completed. So we have to add this one, like in 1 day it will be 1 by 10 plus 1 by 15. So it will be 30, that is 3 plus 2, that is 5 by 60, that will, sorry, 5 by 30, so that is 1 by 6. So 1 by 6 part is completed by both person P and Q in 1 day. So for 4 day we will write like 4 day, it will be 4 multiplied by 1 by 6, that will be 2 by 3. Is it clear? Now 2 by 3 part is completed, like almost 66.66% is completed. Then we have to find like further whatever the, I mean whatever work is left, we have to find like in how many days that work is completed. Okay, so 1 by 3 part is left. Okay, and only Q is working. Okay, Q is working by, I mean 1 by 15 part is done in one day, so it will be like 1 by 15. So let's imagine Q is taking x days. Okay, he is taking x days, so we will write 1 by 15 plus 1 by 15 plus 1 by 15 like till x times. Okay, so it will become 1 by 3. So we can equate both things, like 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 15 multiplied by x. So it is equal to x is equal to 15 by 3, that is 5 days. So further Q will take 5 days. So when the question is asked like total number of days to complete that full work, okay, to complete that work, so it will be 5 days plus this 4 days, not only 5 days. If it is given that how much time only Q is taking that to finish the remaining work, it will be answer will be 5 days. But if the question is like how many days it will take to complete the full work, it will be 5 plus 4, that means 9 days. Okay, so you have to understand that question, the language of that question. Okay, and okay, let's see the next question. Okay, before solving the next question, let's try through another method. Okay, like that percentage method. So we can say we have to take the LCM of 10 and 15 in this step. So it will be 30. So how many work is done in, I mean if 10 day P is taking 10 days and there is 30 work, so how many work can be done in one day? So it will be 30 divided by 10. So that is 3 work. So 3 work will be done by P in one day. Similarly, for Q it will be 30 divided by 15. It will be 2 work. Obviously, the efficiency of P is more. Got it? So if you are little hesitant with the fraction portion, so you can solve like this. Okay, so it will be easy for you. So now if I say in 1 hour how many work is done? In 1 hour it will be 3 plus 2, that will be 5 work. Okay, and complete work is 30. So how many days it will take? If P is not leaving that group, so it will take like 30 divided by 5, that is 6 days. Okay, but it's very bad luck that P left that group after 4 days. Okay, so in 4 days how many work is done? So in 4 days 5 multiplied by 4, that is 20 work has been done, and left work is 30 minus 20, that is 10 work is left. For whom? For Q. And Q is working like 2 work in one day. Okay, so Q will take 10 by 2, that is 5 work, 5 days. Okay, so initially they are working together for 4 days, and now Q has worked for 5 days alone, so it will be total work will be completed in 4 plus 5, that is 9 days. Okay, it will take 9 days to complete that work, and if they are not leaving that group, so that work will be completed in 6 days. So you have to understand that one. So if you are finding this method easier, then you can follow this method. If you are finding that method easier, you can follow that method. That's your wish. Okay, so next I am solving one more question, then we will finish, we will end this session. Okay, I think I have given enough of the theory portion and enough of that numerical PYQs and approach. Okay, one more question, then we will end this session. So let's see. So last question means very important. So just think this, just look at this question. So question is given like P, Q and R, 3 persons are there, but they are forming only 2 groups like P and Q. P and Q is taking 24 days to complete that work. Q and R is taking 30 days to complete that work, and R and P is taking 40 days to complete that work in pair. Okay, now we have to find individual time. Here it is asked about that Q, but it can be asked about P or Q or R, that's fine. So you have to find the individual thing, okay, for individual person. So you have to understand how we should approach this one. Okay, little bit of algebraic concept is there, but just look at the solution, you will understand how to find this one. Okay, so when there is no idea, when you are not getting any idea, just think like it is given like P and Q and Q and R and P, it is given, you can consider like it is X Y Z. This group is, first group is X, second group is Y, third group is Z. That's fine. Okay, you can consider when you are getting nothing, you can consider like this. So I am just thinking like for one day, I mean for P and Q it is given like 24 days. Okay, for Q and R it is given like 30 days. Okay, and for R and P it is given like 40 days. Okay, so in one day how many part is done by P and Q together? Clear? So we have to find in one day how many part is done by P and Q together. It will be 1 by 24. Similarly for Q and R, for one day it will be 1 by 30. So it will be for R and P, for one day it will be 1 by 40. So here is the concept. This is for P and Q, this is for Q and R, this is for R and P. Okay, so here you can write, you are not getting clear, so you can write like if you add all three, if you all add all three, it will be like there is 2P, 2 times P, 2 times Q and 2 times R. Okay, so it will be like P plus Q plus Q, okay, plus R plus R. Okay, so here is 1 by 24, 1 by 30, 1 by 40. So LCM is, what is the LCM of 24, 30 and 30 and 40? I think the LCM is 120. 120. So here is 5. 24 divided by 120, I mean 120 divided by 24, it will be 5. So 5 multiplied by 1, that is 5. So for 30 it will be 4, for 40 it will be 3. So we will get how much? 9 plus 3, that is 12 by 120. So it will be 1 by 10. So if you see, sorry, not 1 by 10, 1 by 12. Sometimes I do mistake. So I think in few lectures I have done few mistakes. So if you are watching it sincerely, you can point out my mistakes. Okay, I will rectify that one. That's no issues. Okay, I always welcome my mistakes. I always welcome those aspirants who identify my mistakes. I'm happy with that. Okay, and I accept that I do mistakes. So here, if you see this one, it will be 2 times of P plus Q plus R. When there is 2 times of P, 2 times of Q, 2 times of R, then they are taking, I mean they are completing 1 by 12 part. Okay, what? So here you can say like 1 by 12 part is done by P, Q and R. So they are taking, actually they are taking how many days? If this is 1 by 12 part, so you can say 12 days. Okay, I have told you that how to convert this reciprocal to that number of days. Okay, so this is 2 times of P, Q, R is taking 12 days. So you can say like P plus Q plus R, they are taking how many days? Okay, sorry, I think we have to work with that part of work. So we have to work like 2 times of PQR completed 1 by 12 part of work. Okay, so I am leaving this one right now. Okay, I have done a mistake here. It should be 1 by 10. Earlier I have written 1 by 10, it should be 1 by 10. My mistake. When it is 1, it is 10, 1 by 10. So when 2 times of PQR is working, they are completing 1 by 10 part. Okay, 1 by 10 part they are completing 2 times of PQR. So when PQR they are individually working, okay, not 2 times, it will be 1 by 20 parts. Okay, obvious, it is obvious, like 2 times of PQR is working, then the part is 1 by 10. When individual this 2 is removed, it will be 1 by 20 part. Okay, now we have to find Q alone. Here is, in this point it is given P and R and P, so it will be R plus P. Okay, for R and P it is given 1 by 40. Here is PQR, so we can subtract this one. If you subtract this one, it will be, we will get Q. Okay, like P plus Q plus R minus R plus P, so we will get only Q. So this will be like what, 1 by 20 minus 1 by 40. So here is LCM is 40, so it is like 2 minus 1, that is 1 by 40. So 1 by 40 is our, I mean, for what, for Q, 1 by 40 part is completed, getting completed by Q. So for Q the time will be, for Q the time will be 1 by 40, reciprocal of 1 by 40 is 40 days. Okay, so this type of question can be asked. We have to find the, I mean, the individual time of that group, that P and Q, Q and R and P, we have to find that one, and based on that we can solve like this. Okay, so this is like in fraction, we have solved that efficiency in fraction. You can solve that fraction, that efficiency in units, like in earlier example we have solved that one. If you want to solve this question like that, you can try that one. So let's do. Okay, so in this method what we have told you, I mean what I have told you, like first we have to take the LCM of these three numbers. So when you take the LCM of these three numbers, it will be 1 by 20. So that means 1 by 20 works are there. So for P and Q it will be how many work per day? 1 by 20 divided by 24. It will be 5 work. Okay, so you can say 5 unit of 5 work, right? For Q and R it will be 120 divided by 30, it will be 4 work. Okay, similarly for R and P it will be 3 work, right? So when you add all three, it will be like how much? It will be like 12 work. So 12 work for whom? By whom? It will be for P plus Q plus R. That means for 2 times of P plus Q plus R. Okay, so when you write P plus Q plus R for only P plus Q plus R, it will be how much? It will be like doubled. If they are double, it they are working 12 work. So when they are single, they will work 6 works. Clear? Here it is given like P and R and P, they are working 40 days, they are completing in 14 days, 40 days in like 3 work per day. Okay, so we can say like if you subtract P plus Q plus R by R plus P, it will be 6 work minus 3, that will be 3 work. That means Q will do 3 work per day. That is the efficiency of Q alone. Okay, so time will be, for Q it will be 120 divided by 3, that is 40 days. So if it is asked about P, so you can subtract this one by this 6 work. If it is asked about R, you can subtract this 6 by this one, so you can get that value. Okay, so I think you understood that how to approach this type of question. I have solved few numericals in 2 methods. If you are getting the second method easier, so you can solve those questions with this method. So whatever your easiest method, you can try that one. But I would suggest whenever you are watching my session, please try yourself first. Okay, it's my request, it's my humble request. because if you try yourself, it will be, I mean, good for you. You will understand like how to approach by yourself. Okay, then you can watch my solution, right? And if you're not getting that answer, you can watch my solution, you can watch my approach, and the idea how I am approaching. Okay, and I think if there is I think that matter, that approach is good for you too. And if there is any issues, you can ask in the comment section. I'm always there for you to solve that doubts. Whatever doubt is there, I'm always there for you. Okay, so I think I have completed this topic, and we will meet in the next session with a new topic. Till then, bye, all the best, have a nice day. Jai Hind.